Let me start with a simple image. Imagine English as a muscle. If you go to the gym one time for 3 hours, you do not become strong. If you train 20 minutes almost every day, your body begins to change. Your English works the same way. A big effort once in a while feels impressive. But small, consistent practice builds real transformation. In this audio, we are going to talk about how to bring English into your daily life in a way that is simple, realistic, and connected to who you are. Not a separate subject from school, not a guilty secret on your to-do list, but part of your day, part of your identity. And at the end, I will invite you to do something important. To write in the comments your reason for learning English. Not a perfect sentence, not a long story, just your reason. We will come back to this. Let us begin with a question. What do you think you need to improve your English? Most people answer with things like, I need more time. I need to move abroad. I need an exchange program. I need a native teacher. These things can help. But there is one thing that matters much more. Frequency. How often your brain has contact with English. Think of your brain as a living system. When it sees or hears English every day, it says, okay, this is important. Let us build connections. Let us make this easier. When it sees English once a week or once a month, it says, this is not a priority. We forget most of it. So the key question is not, how many hours do you study on Sunday? The key question is, how many days in a row does your brain touch English? Even if it is just 15 minutes. Everyday English practice is less about sacrifice and more about strategy. To make this concrete, we will explore 4 pillars. Exposure, use, reflection, emotion. Exposure means input, what you hear, what you read. Use means output, what you say, what you write. Reflection means paying attention to what happens and how you learn. Emotion means connecting English to feelings, desires, and real life. Let us start with exposure. If you want English in your everyday life, you need to surround your brain with it in small ways. This does not mean you need to understand everything. It means you give your brain something to work with. Here are some practical ideas. 1. Choose one short thing you will listen to almost every day. It can be a short podcast episode, a YouTube video, a short story, not 1 hour long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Listen once with attention. Then, if possible, listen again another time during the day, even if you are doing something else. You are telling your brain, this sound, this rhythm, is part of my life now. 2. Change the language of some devices or apps. Maybe your phone. Maybe one app you open every day. At first, it will feel annoying. Then, after a few days, you will know by heart words like settings, account, privacy, notifications, save, delete, cancel. This is everyday English. A lot of real vocabulary lives in these details. 3. Read one small thing in English every day, not a novel, a short article, a social media post, a newsletter, a short email from someone you follow. The goal is not to understand every word. The goal is to keep the channel open. Now, exposure alone is not enough. You also need to use the language. Imagine trying to learn to swim only by watching videos. You can learn technique, but to really swim, you need to enter the water. Using English every day does not mean giving a speech every day. It means opening your mouth or your keyboard daily with English. Let us make this very practical. Daily speaking can be talking to yourself, talking to the mirror, narrating what you are doing, repeating phrases from a video, or speaking with real people when you can. Daily writing can be a short journal entry, one comment on a video, a message to a friend, a sentence about your day. What matters is not the size, it is the signal to your brain. We use this, we need this, keep this active. To help with this, let me give you some simple, high-frequency phrases you can use every single day. Think of them as small tools for your everyday English. We will start with greetings and basic connection. Hey, how is your day going? Hey, how have you been? Nice to see you here. Long time no see. What are you up to today? These are phrases you can use in comments, messages, or conversations. For daily life, you can use I just got home. I am on my way. I am running late. I am almost there. I will be there in 10 minutes. For planning, you can say, are you free tomorrow? Does this time work for you? Let us reschedule. Can we do it a bit later? Let me check my schedule. For your own routine, I need to get some rest. I have a busy day ahead. I am taking a quick break. I am trying to focus. I need some time to think. For learning, I am still learning. Can you repeat that, please? Can you say that more slowly? Let me see if I understood. Did I say that correctly? These phrases are like small, everyday bricks. If you use them again and again, they become automatic. You do not need to invent new phrases all the time. Real-life communication is full of repetition. Now let us connect exposure and use with reflection. Reflection is the part that most learners skip. They consume. They use. But they do not observe. Everyday English becomes much more powerful when you add a few questions. For example, after a day, you can ask yourself, what new word or phrase did I see today? Maybe you heard on my way in a message. You can pause and think, can I use this tomorrow? You write, I am on my way to work. I am on my way home. I am on my way to the gym. You are not just studying vocabulary. You are connecting it to your life. Another reflection you can do is, when did I avoid using English today, even though I had the chance? Maybe you saw a post in English and wanted to comment, but did not. Maybe you were in a meeting and stayed silent. You do not need to judge yourself. Just notice. These moments show you where fear is still stronger than your intention. Tomorrow you can decide, in one of these moments, I will do something small in English. Maybe not a full conversation. Maybe just one sentence. Now, the fourth pillar, emotion. Your brain remembers better what has emotional meaning. If English is only a school subject, your brain does not care so much. If English is connected to your dreams, to your identity, to people you like, your brain wakes up. So it is important to ask, why am I learning English? What is my personal reason? Maybe you want to work abroad. Maybe you want to travel without fear. Maybe you want to understand your favorite podcasts. Maybe you want to give your family more opportunities. Your why is not a decoration. It is fuel. There will be days when you are tired, days when you make mistakes, days when you feel you are not progressing. On these days, remembering your why helps you do at least a little practice instead of nothing. That is why, later, I will ask you to write your reason in the comments. When you write it, you make it more real. You do not write only for other people. You write for yourself. Now let us get even more concrete. How can everyday English practice look for different people? Let me give you 3 example routines. You can adapt them to your life. First example, busy worker. You wake up early. You have a job. You feel you have no time. Here is a possible day. Morning. As you get ready, you listen to 5 to 10 minutes of English audio. It can be a podcast or video where the speaker is clear. You do not stop to take notes. You just listen while you make breakfast or prepare your bag. During the commute, if you use public transport, you read a short text in English on your phone. Maybe a news summary, maybe a blog post, maybe a newsletter. At lunch, you take 2 minutes and write 1 or 2 sentences about your morning in English. For example, this morning was crazy. I woke up late and almost missed my bus. I have a lot of meetings today, but I am trying to stay calm. At night, after work, you choose one small moment. Maybe you watch a short video and repeat some phrases out loud. 10 minutes. Total English time in the day. Maybe 30 minutes. But it is spread in different moments. Your brain touches English several times. Second example. Student. You have more time but also other subjects, distractions, social media. Your everyday English could be morning. 10 minutes of speaking practice alone. You stand or walk in the room and talk about your plans for the day. I need to finish a project. I am meeting a friend later. I am worried about an exam. You can use your phone to record yourself if you want. Afternoon. You watch part of a series in English. First, with English subtitles. Later, you can re-watch without subtitles. You choose 1 or 2 sentences you liked. For example, let me think about it. Are you serious right now? Do you have a minute? You repeat them out loud with similar intonation. Evening. You write a short message or comment in English. It can be on a video or a community or to a friend who also wants to practice. Third example. Parent. You have children. Your time is fragmented. Your everyday English could be morning. You listen to a short English audio while you prepare things for the day. You do not need complete silence. Midday. While the child is playing or resting, you read 2 paragraphs of something in English. If you cannot finish the text, no problem. You continue tomorrow. Night. You do 5 minutes of a simple exercise. For example, you choose 1 sentence in Portuguese from your day and try to say it in English. Like, today I was very tired, but I kept going. Or, today I did not have patience. You are using real life as material. The goal of these examples is not to give you a rigid schedule. It is to show that everyday English practice can live inside your current life. You do not need to wait for the perfect conditions. Now let us talk about a problem. Many people start with enthusiasm and then stop. Not because they do not want English, but because they try to do too much too soon. They plan 2 hours every day. On day 1, they do it. On day 2, they do half. On day 3, they do nothing. Then they feel guilty. Then they disappear. If you want English every day, start smaller than your ego likes. Instead of 2 hours per day, start with 20 minutes. Or even 15. You can always do more when you feel like it. But your promise to yourself is the small part. For example, I will do 15 minutes of English every day for 30 days. You decide in advance what counts. Maybe 5 minutes listening, 5 minutes reading, 5 minutes speaking or writing. That is it. Your brain loves clear, simple rules. Now let us play a small game. Imagine your future self in 1 year. You, with the same life, the same responsibilities, but with one difference. Every day for 1 year, you did at least 15 minutes of English. How would your listening feel? Your speaking, your confidence. You would not be perfect, but you would be a different person in English. Now imagine another version of you, the one that waits for motivation, for the perfect course, for the perfect time. 1 year later, they are almost the same. Which version do you want to meet? The decision is not in the future. It lives in today, in what you do after this audio. Before we end, let me give you a few more everyday phrases. You can use these in messages, comments, or self-talk for expressing feelings. I am a bit stressed today. I feel overwhelmed. I am in a good mood. I am so relieved. I am really grateful for this. For daily tasks. I need to get this done. I will do it later. I totally forgot. I am working on it. I am taking care of it. For honesty in conversations. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous about this. I did not understand that part. I am not sure I agree. I see your point. That makes sense. For practice. I am trying to practice my English every day. Sorry if I make mistakes. I am still learning. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate your help. This is hard, but I want to improve. These sentences are like tools in your pocket. Use them a lot. They will become your natural everyday English. Now let us come back to something very important. Your reason. Why do you want to learn English? Not the reason people gave you. Your reason. Maybe you want freedom. Maybe you want connection. Maybe you want to understand your favorite creators. Maybe you want to work in another country. Maybe you want to prove to yourself that you can. I want to invite you to do a small but powerful action. After this audio, go to the comments of this video and write 1 or 2 sentences in English about why you want to learn English. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be long. You can write simple things like, I want to learn English to travel without fear. I want English because I want a better job. I want to feel proud when I speak. I want to understand people from other countries. When you write your reason, you are doing 3 things at the same time. You practice writing. You clarify your motivation. You share a piece of you with other learners. And when someone reads your reason, they may feel less alone. Everyday English practice is not just about discipline. It is also about community. You are not the only person who feels afraid, lazy, insecure. We are many. And we are all trying to move one small step at a time. So, to close, remember this. Your English will not change in one heroic day. It will change in many ordinary days, where you decide to show up for 15 minutes, even when you do not feel like it. Exposure, use, reflection, emotion. These are your 4 pillars. Bring English into your ears, into your eyes, into your mouth, into your hands, into your heart, a little bit every day. And next time you feel that familiar thought, I am stuck. I am not improving. You can answer, I am not stuck. I am practicing every day. My brain is working in the background. I just need to keep going. Then you take a breath. You choose one small action in English, and you do it. That is how everyday practice quietly builds a new version of you. See you in the next video.